The Instructions of Shruppak are a notable piece of Sumerian wisdom literature dating back to the early 3rd millennium BCE. These instructions are found on clay tablets and fragments discovered at Abu Salabik, about 150 kilometers southeast of the modern city of Baghdad, Iraq. The originals of these findings are stored in the Iraq Museum, Baghdad. The ancient inscriptions were engraved in cuneiform script on clay tablets, and today they are among the oldest surviving literary texts in the world. They are considered to be the oldest piece of Sumerian wisdom literature available to us today. The Instructions of Shruppak are attributed to the ruler of Shuruppak, the last king of Sumer. The text consists of admonitory sayings of Shuruppak addressed to his son, Ziusudra. A number of researchers have compared the Instructions of Shruppak to the 10 Commandments and some of the Proverbs in the Bible. As a part of wisdom literature, the Instructions of Shruppak attempts to teach proper piety, inculcate virtue, and preserve community standards. A reading of these wise sayings would invariably give us a taste of ancient wisdom, the way they looked at the world around them, and the simple and innocent approach they had towards life in times immemorial. Take time to relish these ancient wisdom sayings without any prejudice and judgment. The instructions of an old man are precious. You should comply with them. You should not make a well in your field. People will cause damage to it for you. You should not place your house next to a public square. There is always a crowd there. You should not vouch for someone. That man will have a hold on you. You should not let somebody vouch for you. You should not loiter about where there is a quarrel. You should not cause a quarrel. You should not let the quarrel make you a witness. You should not steal anything. A thief is a lion, but after he has been caught, he will be a slave. My son, you should not commit robbery. You should not cut yourself with an axe. You should not play around with a married young woman. The slander could be serious. My son, you should not sit alone in a chamber with a married woman. You should not pick a quarrel. You should not disgrace yourself. You should not boast. Then, your words will be trusted. You should not eat stolen food with anyone. You should not speak improperly. Later, it will lay a trap for you. You should not scatter your sheep into unknown pastures. You should not travel during night. It can hide both good and evil. You should not have sex with your slave girl. She will chew you up. You should not curse strongly. It rebounds on you. You should not draw up water which you cannot reach. It will make you weak. You should not drive away a debtor. He will be hostile towards you. You should not establish a home with an arrogant man. He will make your life like that of a slave girl. You should not undo the reed fence of the garden, but restore it. My son, you should not use violence. You should not commit rape on someone's daughter. The courtyard will learn of it. The eyes of the slanderer always move around as shiftily as a spindle. Never remain in his presence. You should not boast in beer halls like a deceitful man. Property is something to be expanded, but nothing can equal my little ones. The artistic mouth recites words. The harsh mouth brings litigation documents. The sweet mouth gathers sweet herbs. Who works with leather will eventually work with his own leather. The strong one can escape from anyone's hand. A weak wife is always seized by fate. You should not pass judgment when you drink beer. You should not worry unduly about what leaves the house. Heaven is far. The earth is most precious. But it is with heaven that you multiply your goods. At harvest time, collect like a slave girl and eat like a queen. Who insults can hurt only the skin. Greedy eyes, however, can kill. The liar, shouting, tears up his garments. My words of prayer bring abundance. To speak arrogantly is like an abscess. It is a herb that makes the stomach sick. Prayer is cool water that cools the heart. Only insults and stupid speaking receive the attention of the land. You should not beat a farmer's son. He has constructed your embankments and ditches. You should not buy a prostitute. She is a mouth that bites. Fate is a wet bank. It can make one slip. The elder brother is indeed like a father. The elder sister is indeed like a mother. Listen, therefore, to your elder brother. And you should be obedient to your elder sister, as if she were your mother. You should not work using only your eyes. You will not multiply your possessions using only your mouth. The negligent one ruins his family. The need for food makes some people ascend the mountains. It also brings traitors and foreigners, since the need for food brings down other people from the mountains. By grasping the neck of a huge ox, you can cross the river. The good is in the hands. The evil is in the heart. May the boat with the evil, sink in the river. A loving heart maintains a family. A hateful heart destroys a family. To have authority, to have possessions, and to be steadfast are princely divine powers. You should submit to the respected. You should be humble before the powerful. My son, you will then survive against the wicked. You should not choose a wife during a festival. Her inside is illusory. Her outside is illusory. You should not buy a vicious bull. A woman with her own property ruins the house. A drunkard will drown the harvest. Nothing at all is to be valued, but life should be sweet. You should not serve things. Things should serve you. You should not abduct a wife. You should not make her cry. The wet nurses in the women's quarters determine the fate of their lord. You should not speak arrogantly to your mother. That causes hatred for you. You should not question the words of your mother and your personal God. The father is like a god. His words are reliable. Without suburbs, a city has no center either. Getting lost is bad for a dog, but terrible for a man. This gift of words is something which soothes the mind.